ReligionWinked TV, where my spiritual ears stay. Oh, shoot. What's that? What's that? Y'all, they declared war on these YouTube streets last night. I heard it in that video done over there on that lady's channel. Two people said it's war. Let me tell you what war actually means. It's the state of armed conflict between states, governments, societies, and informal paramilitary groups such as mercenaries, insurgents, and militias. It is generally characterized by extreme violence, aggression, destruction, and mortality, using regular or irregular military forces. Warfare refers to the common activities and characteristics of types of war, or of wars in general. Total war is warfare that is not restricted to purely legitimate military targets and can result in massive civilian or other non-combative suffering and casualties. The scholarly study of war is sometimes called palamology, from the Greek palamos, meaning war, ology, meaning the study of. While some scholars see war as a universal and ancestral aspect of human nature, others argue it as a result of specific socio-cultural and ecological circumstances. Why are you at war? The question is today. Have war been declared against you? Well, let me tell you something. When I was 19 years old on July 19th, 1988, war was declared against me in the residence I was using to facilitate drugs and harbor Jamaicans. I had 12 8 balls of crack cocaine. I had $5,000 worth of drugs bagged up in those little vials. I had a sawed-off shotgun, white clean. I was 19 years old, 8.5 months pregnant, trying to find my way in life. And 5 days prior to what I'm about to tell you, my cousin, and we'll just call her Brandy, was at the local store up the street from where I was living, called J.J. Newberry's. She had a drug addiction like many of us did back then. And she went and stole me some baby clothes. How ironic is this, right? Because she wanted some of the drugs I had. So she stole the baby clothes and ran directly to my house. She ran directly to my house. And when she ran to my house, the police followed her there. They kind of knew what was going on. I was in an apartment then. I was living over top a jewelry store called the Twin Fish. I can relate to war being declared in these YouTube streets. I read to you what war is. So anyway, when the police came 5 days prior to January 19th, when war was declared on me as a 19-year-old, 8.5-month pregnant woman, only trouble I've ever been in prior to that was at 17, I was in Florida, and I had some lipstick in my hand. I was trying it on brand new in the store. I didn't realize I had it in my hand and walked out, and they had the double mirrors. I wasn't really trying to steal it, but I walked out the store with lipstick. So prior to July 19th, 1988, I've never really been in trouble. But the judge says, I'm going to declare war on you after July 19th, 88 happened. So when the police came to my house, I answered the door. And they saw the baby clothes there and everything. They took the clothes. They also smelled weed and knew something was kind of strange about the whole setup or whatever. And they left. I was grateful for that. But then 5 days later, because I decided to still continue to smoke cigarettes when I was 8.5 months pregnant, I got up and walked to the corner store. And as I was returning, I lived 5 doors down or up going back home from City Hall. Talk about having balls, right? Talk about war being declared, the state of emergency 5 doors down from City Hall, right? So I sat on City Hall steps, 8.5 months pregnant, with my son, Ishan. Matter of fact, y'all, do me a favor. Go over on YouTube to Canary, Canary, cheese, Cheeze, or just leave the E off. And it might be Vivo. And it's a song called It's So Hard. Please listen to that. That's my son, and I'm promoting his music. I will not pull it up here because I don't really want a copyright strike or whatever. But I was pregnant with him, and you can see how good God is. People say you shouldn't smoke and drink. I was still in the world and still running my own way and leaning on my own understanding. My son is healthy and strong. He's part owner of a barbershop, and he has like six mixed CDs out in the studio every other day. A father of 3 and doing very, very, very well. I have a testimony called I'm Not Ashamed. But war was declared on me July 19th, 1988. You think the war you going through in these YouTube streets is really war? But I read to you what the definition of war is. And there's some people that have declared war. Listen to what they are saying, people. Don't take people's words lightly. War is aggression, destruction, mortality, extreme violence. Aren't they using this? Aren't they using this to try to take down a YouTuber? I told you, I stand in the middle. I stand straight down the middle. Let me just say this disclaimer. There's never 2 sides when you're fully on one. When you're not on no sides, you can see both sides of the story. And that don't mean you like one over the other. It just means you stand with what's right, what's righteous. War was declared on me. So when I got up ranting and raving last night in that last video, God showed me why. You think other YouTubers trying to send you to jail, trying to take you out and kill you and destroy you? This is real. My cousin did it to me. Tried to take me out and kill me and take my livelihood. Take my child from me. Although I was selling drugs, smoking, I was taking my own child from me if that's the case. But I did not sign documents on myself. I did not snitch to the police on myself. I did not go to the grand jury and say my cousin is selling drugs. Go get her. Go get her. Because half of the shit she brought to my house with my baby I didn't want. But the Pampers and stuff. So she couldn't get the drugs she thought she was going to get from me 5 days prior to war being declared on me. When she got arrested for stealing baby clothes, to get out of stealing baby clothes, she went and told the police I was selling drugs. The police came to my house July 19th, 1988, and declared war on me. A 19-year-old girl, 8.5 months of pregnant, rolling hard with Jamaicans, up and down Amtrak, stashing stuff here and there, everywhere. They came for me, y'all. Like these YouTubers is coming at each other, y'all. But this was my family. This was my peoples. The same way y'all made friends with people along the way and, oh, this my people. Yeah, hey, it was personal. This y'all family. You never think family would declare war on you, right? I never thought my coworkers would declare war on me. January 14th, they fired me. Because when people declare war on you, it's extreme violence, aggression, destruction, mortality. It's warfare. And I told y'all I've been fighting spiritual warfare over here all of my life. So, on the way back from the store, July 19th, 1988, I felt a little, pre-labor cramps or whatever. I'm going to tell you, God is good, actually. You can't think everything is bad. And I sat down on the stairs of City Hall. And I remember kind of like, oh, God, what's going on? Because when we in trouble or when we feel pain or when we feel like something's going to go wrong, the first thing we do is call out, oh, God, right? Whether we serve Him, worship Him, go to church or not, right? Living right or not, right? That's why I tell everybody, when you throwing dirt, you can't be out here being dirty. Everybody out in these YouTube streets throwing dirt. They all dirty. Ain't nobody hands clean. Mine's wasn't July 19th, 1988. But did they have to come at me like you YouTubers are going at other people and each other? I sat down on those stairs feeling like I was about to give birth right then and there. Because I too am a woman. And I am every woman is what I want to share to y'all. If I could get through this without saying MFer, hashtag no more MFer, because that is one way we can empower women, is not to allow people to call us MFers anymore, if you know the real meaning behind it. But we're all so conditioned to say these things. It's hard to break old habits, but let's try. Let's start there. So I'm sitting on those stairs like, Lord, what is going on? I looked up, and the next thing I know, I seen this man throw a golf ball up in my window. Can't make this shit up, yo. I'm going to try to give it a little bit more time and call my mama and ask her if she could verify some of this, because I had a fire in 1992. And the police reports that said the drug house that was operating over Twin Fish was making more money than Burger King for the last 9 months got burned up in the fire. But I know my mama's testimony will corroborate it. And I'm sitting there like, Lord, what the hell? Who just threw that? And I look, and I know detectives, like, I'm not a gunslinger, and I'm not in it like that. I just sold drugs to come up in life, and I ran with Jamaicans, and I was that it girl, yada, yada, yada. So when I saw the golf ball go up in the window, I did not know that these people had scaled up to the 3rd floor, because there was no fire escape, to the 3rd floor window. My cousin Leona and this Jamaican named Jerry Don, they was in the house. And this all was in a matter of 15 minutes, but it seemed long because I'm just trying to drag it out just a little bit. But they scaled up to the 3rd floor, kicked in the back windows. Dudes jumped out of wherever they was in the stores across the street. They was shooting up through the windows. War was declared on me January 19th, 1988. It was declared on me because my cousin sold me out for whatever selfish reasons. Like so many of you YouTubers have sold one another's out for whatever selfish reasons and desires. War was declared on me. So here we go. They clearing war on these YouTube streets. So here we go. This is what war sounds like in these YouTube streets. This is war. It was declared. I'm going to tell you what happened, but listen to what it sounds like. It's a crazy sound. It's a real crazy sound. They was shooting in the front of the house while the police was running up the back, scaling up the back windows. They draw guns. They destroyed my apartment, looking for the drugs, looking for bodies, whatever. There's casualties everywhere. These people were shooting. I ain't never been in trouble before in my life. Like some of you people never had this kind of problem happen to you. This kind of war declared on you. I was freaking 19 years old, sitting on City Hall stairs, 5 doors down from my house, watching my first raid and only raid. Well, no, it was another story where about 7, 8 years back. But I'm done with those raids. I don't let nobody in my house XYZ. But I'm just talking about the day war was declared on me, July 19, 1988. I have a song I wrote, and in the title, it's called Faithful Witness, but it says in 1988, my life wasn't so great. I got myself in trouble, and I went through prison's gates. Oh, yeah, I went to prison, y'all. Is it a bad thing? Some of y'all captive right now. Some of y'all in the wars of the prisons of your mind. Out here declaring war on people. For what? The simplest insertion, the simplest offense, the simplest shame, the simplest guilt, the simplest condemnation, the simplest name calling, the simplest gesture, the simplest video, the simplest amount of views, large or small. These things are simple. Out here got people declaring war to death. I've been to prison. That is the prison plantations. Why do you want to see? One, I did the time, I did the crime. Let's not be stupid here. If you are part of the simplest thing, such as inserting yourself like the one YouTuber did, you know, this stuff goes deep, y'all. It goes deep. Regardless of where you stand in this war today, it was the simplest thing as saying, I'm not going to feed into it. I'm going to turn from it. I'm going to walk from it. I couldn't turn from the war they declared on me. The judge told me, you know what? I'm going to make an example of you, just like so many of you, instead of just turning back, saying, okay, I was wrong, and assuming accountability for what you did. Thanks to Queen Janae. I love that video because she said everybody needs to admit what they did wrong. I was selling drugs. I thought I was the baddest bitch on the planet. I was getting it. At the same time, I was taking those food stamps from them pregnant women that was doing drugs themselves. They said I was making more money than Burger King. Weekly. I own it. Going to prison doesn't make me a bad person. Some of the stuff I see in prison and some of you people makes me think there's something bad going on within you to want to be enslaved to it. I didn't want to be enslaved anymore. When that judge said, I'm going to make an example out of you, I didn't know what to do when he told me you're going to get 8 1/3 to 25. What? I was a free spirit then. I'm a free spirit then. I don't like authority then. Don't really care for it now. I was rebellious then. I'm still a little rebellious now. And you going to lock me up for how many years? Oh, no, Judge. Nah, I got a problem with that. They declared war on me July 19th, 1988. My cousin couldn't get what she wanted, and she signed statements on me. Told the police, and I heard this lady say in her video yesterday, she gonna snitch. She's going to the police station Monday morning to snitch. I think that's because she don't have any solid documentation. She's trying to look for information all weekend long so she can go Monday and try to get a valid order in place. I don't know if she has a valid order. But they declaring war, she said out her mouth. War is aggression, extreme violence, mortality. They want YouTubers dead. And y'all gonna stand by and let war be declared on people like this? When war was declared on me, when somebody threw a heater in my bed, November 20th, 1992, 4 days before my sister got shot in her stomach and the bullet went in her arm, and I've had to walk in forgiveness ever since then. War is being declared on these YouTube streets. I'm trying to tell y'all, I know how to fight war. Y'all don't want my help, though. Y'all don't want to hear from me. I ain't got no testimony. I don't have no voice. I got an ear, though. I have an ear to hear. And when I hear somebody say war, let's look up what war means, because some people don't know what words mean. They just saying it and throwing it around loosely. War means destruction. War, no, don't be sorry for me. I'm 51 years old. I've evolved. This is part of my testimony. You overcome by sharing. God will let you share at the right time. See, I've been sitting over here with all this good content, with all this great interviewing stuff to talk about. I'm going to start interviewing myself. Start drawing my own people over here. Because birds of a feather flock together, right? I know there's some people that been in prison before, got out living a decent life. I know there's some people who have war declared on them and they still in their sound mind. They still walk in a certain kind of love, because I don't like love. I don't love war unless it's against the devil. And I told you I'm straight down the middle, because if I had to choose a side on YouTube, every battle I seen was a little demonic and evil. Everybody got a little deliverance and healing we all need to do. How can you choose a side when everybody is fighting evil with evil? Declaring war on people. Want to see their children get taken out of their house. War. Bob Marley said, war in the east, war in the west, war up north, war down south, war. Everywhere is war. War was declared against me July 19, 1988, when they bum rushed my house. War was declared against me November 20th, 1992, when they broke into my house and threw a heater in my bed. I was 4.5 months pregnant with my daughter who sits behind me listening to my testimony. War. It was either some dude I didn't want to date, or they said the landlord was trying to get out of the leaky gas tank I had in my kitchen, and it was leaking gas. And I had called National, well, it was Niagara Mohawk then. I called them and said, yo, I can't live here like that. They came out and put a red tag on my heater. And that weekend, I was going to Poughkeepsie, and the dude that liked me in my hometown, I wasn't feeling him. And I went to see my friend in Poughkeepsie. The next thing I know, my house is up in flames. War. War, war, war. It is total war. It's warfare that is not restricted to purely legitimate military targets. Anybody can get it. They spraying anybody out in these YouTube streets, and can result in massive civilian or other non-combative suffering. Other people is catching it who don't even deserve it, like y'all children. You think y'all children deserve this kind of war bestowed upon them? Your children deserve extreme violence, aggression, destruction, and mortality because you choose to stand down. You choose not to stand down. You choose not to retreat. And both parties have been in the military. Both parties have people call in with military experiences. So, we need help in these streets. The helicopter is on the way to pick up these casualties, and some of y'all is still living. Y'all just spiritually dead. How did I overcome all the war? All the war that was bestowed upon me, and still be in my sound mind, still be in my right spirit, still be in my right frame of mind. Out here trying to show you. To err is human, absolutely, but God will show us the errors of our ways and help us correct them. What about that? What about that? In the midst of the war, to err is human, but God will provide a way of an escape for us. We always got the first part of it, but we never back it up with the meaningful part of it. War is declared in these YouTube streets. So here we go again. How are you fighting this war? This is real. I feel it in my spirit that these people is not going to stop until they get what they want, like the freaking Terminator. A simple insertion, a simple offense, a simple, ooh, she don't like me. She hanging with somebody I don't like. I'm not going to like. A simple, oh my gosh, she just said that to me. A simple, ooh, she can edit better than me. A simple, ooh, her production is better than me. A simple, these things are simple you guys are fighting over. But war was declared on me in some of the worst ways possible. And I'm only sharing my testimony because anybody going through war right now, you don't never have it worse than somebody else. But the determining factor is, how do you overcome this war? Does it follow you the rest of your life like Trina and Kaya will fight the rest of their days? Would it follow you the rest of your days like hell, heaven and earth and heaven and hell and God and is it gonna follow you? War has been declared on my life, yo. In so many ways. Those are only the two I'm gonna share with you right now. I've talked about the things I've been through. What helped me overcome was to face war head on. Find what war was. Find out why war is being attacked, the launch is being attacked against me. Because remember, I was selling them drugs. I was spending that money. I was ripping and running in the finest of everything, and then when they come to launch an attack against me, I'm going to act innocent. No, I told that judge I did it. Now what? He said, I'm going to make an example out your ass. And God said, well, I'm going to make a better example out her. What example are you making out there through your wars? I've never been arrested again, never went back to prison, never got in trouble again. Got a couple of speeding tickets. Last one was in 1994. I warred with myself not to get caught up in these kind of wars. And sometimes you can't help the unearned suffering. People are just going to attack you. But are you really ready for these kind of wars? They talking about until death do them part. They are not getting up off the gas. Any way I can help without choosing a side, I will. But I've done that on this channel, and y'all don't seem to like it. Because if I say something about this one, you think I like that one. If I say something about that one, now no. Straight down the middle, no chaser. There's never two sides when you fully on one. That's your side. That's their side. Where's the people that straight down the middle who don't have no side but the side of righteousness? And in that side, you see the demonic and the evil on both sides. Let's keep it real here. Let me tell you one time how I declared war. See, y'all going around here talking about certain things people did. I was still roughly about 34, 35, it's maybe 36, somewhere around there. And I was dating this guy, and I found out he was on heroin after 2 years. Well, a year and a half into it. Talk about a war waged on somebody when you love somebody addicted to drugs. Like so many of y'all are loving YouTubers addicted to drugs. Fighting their own war right before your eyes on camera. And you allowing this shit to go down. Because you ain't strong enough. And if a weak-minded brain come along, addicted to drugs, allegedly, tell you she got 1 degree in 6 brains instead of 6 degrees in 1 brain, you believe it. Y'all believe it. Because you weak in your mind and in your own spirit. I like to tell people, have a mind to follow your heart and a heart to follow after the ways of God. That's the only way you're going to win these wars waged against you. So, I was about to tell you, hold on. A war. Another war waged against me. Give me a moment, y'all. I've been a fighter all my life. When they came out with that script, all my life I had to fight. You don't know what it's like. That's just a script. Ain't they making a movie off of this? Should I not write a book off of this? I could push a book out in 30 minutes because it's already in my spirit. Now I have to read through it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times to try to clean up any editing. But once I'm done with that, it goes out. If I have mistakes in it, so be it. Look at all the mistakes y'all got in front of my eyes on these YouTube streets. Morally, integrity. Because of the wars. Devil, if that's you watching the 9th person, give me a thumbs up because you know what I'm saying is right. I fight you in the spirit every day. These people don't know what war is like. These people don't understand. And the war I fight is the kind of war that will make somebody's heart want to dig out another person's life to the extent where they want to wage war against that person to the point of death. Extreme violence. This is what they said. Team right, team B. Team right doesn't mean they're right. Team A and B. Team A over here said they want war on that video last night. It woke me up out my sleep. Team War said they snitching to the police. I don't fucks with snitchers. My cousin snitched on me, and I love my cousin to death. Me and her cool to this day. But because she couldn't get what she wanted the day she stole them clothes and brought them to my house, where I was facilitating drugs by choice, running a stash house, drug house. They said I made more money than Burger King. And I can't even get the real support people need on YouTube because of all the fake bullshit. First thing Team A did was put up the Cash App and then try to explain to y'all later why she needed. Bills are due. People write checks they ass can't cash. I'm here to tell you. They waging war against their own self. You see the schizophrenia. You see the delusion. You see some of these schemes, like I put on somebody comment this morning, is without the police report to Chris the Stalker. Listen, I told y'all, my daughter, it was another wage. I'm trying to think of the other one I just was going to tell y'all, but this one seems to be important because it deals with my grandkids and my own personal testimony. And I told y'all this before. A war was waged on us. My daughter, brand new child, I'm out. Her and her boyfriend, I don't know if my grandson got bit by a spider, something, a little red bump. Could have been the milk, could have been an allergic reaction. Something had got a little red pimple or something on his cheek. They panicked, went to the hospital. So I told my friend, Miss Lucy, let me go. By the time I got home, they said that the people came in and talked to them, and they was acting a little nervous because they didn't know what was going on with my grandson Fitz. He was like, maybe, how old was he? Like, he was only a couple months, right? So next thing we know, we get a knock at the door from CPS. Now, I'm a nurse. I have to report child abuse, so keep that shit from out my face. I hear people saying what nurses are supposed to do. I could report all that bullshit if I want, but I'm not a snitch. I'm a person that like to show you the error of your ways, the way God did me, so we can change. I'd rather see you out here struggling and suffering to do better than to see you locked up in prison. I don't play those games. And any prophet, any prophetess, any child of God comes to set the captive free, not wage war on people to see them death or locked up. Talking about God said, this is my assignment. No, the devil mimics and moves just like God. That's the confusion and the deception of you people. His greatest trick was to make y'all think he never existed. So all y'all looking out there like everybody is God, 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 and no. When you on team A, you're going to think you righteous and you doing what's right. When you on team B, you're going to think no. When you on team straight down the middle, no chaser, you see the bullshit for what it is. Everybody has to own up to what they did. Whether they inserted themselves, whether they became offended, whether they got jealous, whether they let this happen, whether they let their followers get in their ear. Own it. And then you'll understand why this war is being waged on you. And if it's because I chose to sell drugs, or if it's because I was dating at that time and probably offended a man because I didn't want to date him, or the landlord didn't want to fix the heating problem and was trying to kill my ass any damn way because I kept complaining on him, they threw a heater in my bed and tried to take me out. But thank God, my car broke down in Poughkeepsie, New York. Rain fell from heaven. I couldn't get my car started. That Sunday night, I sat in that restaurant because my friend Peter kept calling me and telling me I can't make it from New York, which is about an hour and a half from Poughkeepsie. So I sat in the restaurant waiting until the rain stopped, and it would never stop. If it stopped, I'd have been home in my bed sleep when this act of war, somebody broke in my house and threw a heater in my bed November 20th, 1992, and burnt my house down. War. You sit behind these computers waging war on people for what? War. I was going to college then when they burnt my house down. By the grace of God, 4.5 months pregnant, from the Red Cross to the student ambassador and every college program you could think of. I walked around in my clothes for 3 days. I had on a Kango hat, some black striped jogging pants with a white stripe, some white Reeboks on, and a white long sleeve t-shirt. I never walk with no more than a hoodie, not even a hoodie. I usually go without coats, period, right? I just usually, and I was out there. And it was raining. I was driving a 1988 Ford Tempo, a maroon one. And that car would not start. Because God said, I had a better plan for you. I know my thoughts is higher than it. Somebody trying to kill you, Drew. Somebody trying to take you out 4.5 months pregnant. Threw a heater in my bed. I lost everything. Now the receipt I have to back this up, I have a picture walking across college stage 6 months later. May 1993, my daughter 3.5 weeks pregnant. I graduated college. That's a war that was waged on me. How you overcoming your wars? How you waging war on people? I never set out. I told y'all, other than to sell drugs, and when I was about 12, 13, 14, we used to run through the high rise. Like, I never grew up in the projects. My mom, the hood is the hood, but we never lived in housing, and we never had to live in the hood. We was always on the outskirts, but we was in the hood. But I never lived in the projects until I got older, and me and my daughter lived in housing. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? A lot of y'all probably waging war on people because you wish you didn't have to pay all your rent. You wish you probably could get some food stamps or something. You probably mad because you can't get government assistance. And you probably waging war on people who could. Have you ever thought about that war going on? What make you hate somebody so much? I told you I know the answers over here. But war was waged on me to the point I walked around in my clothes for 3 days on my back purposely because I didn't want nothing from nobody. I had a hard time taking stuff from people, and I wanted to be independent. That was a war I was waging on myself. And then just the help started coming in. Red Cross showed up. It was a 5-fire alarm. My daughter sitting behind me. I graduated college. I had my degree on my shelf. I went on to nursing school. I started my own nursing agency, struggling to get the funds to send my first nurse to work. But I did this when wars was waged on me. I see this war on YouTube. They declared war, y'all. So here we go. I've been in battle all my freaking life. And the ones that know how to fight, know how to stand up, know how to... The Bible say, be not ignorant of Satan's devices lest he gains advantage of you. Hell, I've been able to, slither from underneath his tail. Like, he don't have a hook. He don't have his tail in me no more. I've been able to... The book of Proverbs says you could live strategically, being very godly in an ungodly world. When wars are waged on you, these people are going for your blood. These people are like the Terminator. They have malfunction. This ain't like a psyops YouTube could just turn off one day. This is initiated by the hurt heart because somebody inserted themselves and got drugged more so than they thought. Because when people think they prestigious, when people think they got this much clout about themselves, and then you enter into somebody's chat and they don't show you that kind of clout, your feelings get hurt and you wage a war. You got to come back and retaliate and let people say, just because she just kicked me out her chat, don't nobody do that to me. Don't nobody take advantage of me like that. Little shit like that. Petty shit. Y'all out here wanting to draw blood. Did I go look for them people who burnt my house down? Did I rebel against the police and become one of them wayward kids that have it out for the cops? No, but I tell you they an entity where we still call them sir. Because on our cards it says service, integrity, respect. That says sir to me. Some plantation shit. So me and the cops, in order for me to stop having this war between us, because I thought they did me dirty at 19. I'm like, God damn. I know I'm sitting here and y'all saying I made more money than Burger King. I'm going to try to call my mother. Let me tell you something about my mother. My mother is set in her ways. She will hang the phone up. She will hang the phone up on me. She don't call me names enough. We have one of them love-hate relationships, but I could get her on the phone for her to verify that I was arrested at 19 years old. And she had to care for 2 of my sons when the judge sentenced me 3 to life in prison. And by the grace of God, I did all of maybe 36 months in total, if that, and been prison free ever since 1994 when they let me go off of parole and never been rearrested. Came home and God said, you know what? She gonna go on to be a nurse. The state of New York waged a war against anybody that had an A and B felony. Said you cannot practice nursing in the state of New York. Janae, on April 7th, 2005, what happened? I got a call from the Department of Education. Did they not give me my nursing license over the phone? Said, here you go, ma'am. You passed your nursing board. Here is your nursing license. Don't tell me these wars that's being waged on you can't be won. How you fighting it? You can't fight evil with evil, and that's what I see. That's why I won't take no side. I love women empowerment, yo, to the people that stand with it. But you have somebody that blackballed me almost a year ago from being successful on YouTube. They waged a war against me. And I'm coming back with the video called Straight Down the Middle, No Chaser. I can talk about both sides without being offensive, calling people names, calling out their names. Y'all know who is who and who's doing what. So when I say what I have to say, except for y'all may not know who the blackballer is. You think YouTube, Monique was blackballed in Hollywood by Lee Daniels and Tyler Perry and Oprah? See, she told them to suck her DD. I ain't tell nobody that yet. I don't have it in my heart to tell them. That's between you and God when you try to stop somebody's bag or their success. When you wage war on people that you don't want them to grow on YouTube. Pick and choose your battles wisely. Because little battles do turn into wars. They turn into wars. They waging war on, and what y'all just gonna sit back and watch this shit fly by? They wishing death on people. How do I know? In that video with Miss Chicago, she said to the stalker Chris, I wish you died. Right? Remember, the same crazy lady from Chicago said that a YouTuber committed suicide, right? And now last night, she got her and her followers so convinced that this woman is going to hurt her children if something happened to her by way of going to jail. So why stop pursuing the jail route if you think somebody's going to hurt their kids, one? But why say you so concerned about the kids you think they're going to commit suicide? This lady is not about that life in Christ, that abundant life where she wishes death on people. I had death wished on me and I had to deal with that demon immediately. We've all had people say things like to try to make us mad, but this isn't one of those things where a kid say, oh, mommy, I wish you died. No, 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 no. This is real, y'all. This is real. I'm straight down the middle, no chaser. I don't give a damn who inserted theyself, who got offended, who got jealous, who rose to the top. All I care about is, real particularly, is why that lady blackballed me and now she's out here like she's running for women's empowerment. She didn't empower me when she empowered those other women. She went in a chat. She taught them how to do this, that, and the third. But she didn't come to my channel. Instead, everybody that was flocking to my channel, she told them don't mess with her. And they did that. A war was waged against me. Who gonna stand over here and rep me? Y'all gonna tell her to send some love my way? Give me some supporters? Put some cash in my Cash App? How am I gonna fight this war that was waged on me? I'm not gonna be ignorant about it. I never had beef with this lady. She used to talk about, oh, look at her sitting over there talking to herself. After you ran everybody from my chat, you damn right they ain't gonna come over here and talk to me because you made them seem like I was a bad person. But I kept talking, and I kept talking, and I kept talking through that war. Right to the point where God showed me yesterday, before you do anything for woman empowerment, you better talk about the woman involved with woman empowerment who blackballed you last year and see who gonna come to my defense. See who gonna lift me up. See who gonna give me shine. Oh. Who? 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 Do you feel what I'm saying? 11 to the 11 listening, trust me, I don't have my chat up. When I got on YouTube, I thought it was a thing where you go live, you teach, you done. This YouTuber got mad at me and turned Sean Bradley against me because she used to show up in my chat calling me boo. I'm like, I don't really know you, lady. Thank you. That's what YouTube is. You go live, people come. Everybody that come with all kinds of ulterior motives. But if you listen to that lady video, she said there's 4 people she don't want bothering with her because I waited a whole year and went in her chat this past December, Christmas, holidays. Said, hey, how you doing? That's when she was ranting. There's 4 people. Stay away from me. And then all of a sudden, Sean Bradley don't like somebody. Are you kidding me? Talk about the blackball shit that go on YouTube. And y'all all out here getting a bag? Really? What war are you waging on people today? And how you fighting it? How are you fighting it? Really? I'm going to go ahead and end it here, y'all. When I come back, I said in my post around 9 o'clock, but I didn't think I was going to come on and do this random video right here. But I was sitting here like, this is a war. I got up and I looked up the word war. And it's explicit, it's plain as day what the word means. They are vividly, adamantly yelling, this is a war. They done purposed it in their hearts to destroy something. Usually when I look at war, the devil kills, steal, and destroy. You look at that. You look at that. That's why it was hard for me to ever choose a side. Because not everybody is clean. Not even me, because I like the little kiki and stuff. But I was dropping jewels. Go back to the way your channel used to be. Not that I could tell anybody what it was or what it is or what they do on their channel. I was leaving little messages. Matter of fact, even before the big war between Team A and Team B broke out, I was saying hi to both of them. And they both was giving me hearts and liking my little comments. And then the war broke out, and I realized I got a lot to tell y'all about what's been going on in these YouTube streets for me. I don't got to worry about, I can only tell you what I've seen and what I've witnessed. It's war. It's demonic warfare out there, y'all. And some of y'all don't know how to fight that kind of war. Some of y'all still trying to fight evil with evil. Now, I ain't saying God don't get down dirty and messy in the spiritual warfare. Because in the book of Revelations, it said Christ is standing there bloody with a white robe on. Because he just came from war. But he was warring for your souls. He was warring for the peace of the world. He was warring for the light to shine. What are you warring for? The darkness to keep rising up in its greatness? What are you warring for? What's going on you can't tell yourself to stop? There were so many wars waged against me in my life when God set my ass down in prison and showed me the things I was doing, how I was inserting myself, how I was being offended, how I was taking things personally, how I was trying to grow up too fast. And some of y'all trying to grow up too fast in these YouTube streets with all the fame and celebrity, and it's going to your head. With all the following, it's going to your head. Even you moderators is just off the chains out here. Like, is you getting paid to do this shit? Y'all warring against one another, warring against the content creator, warring for what? I'll never let myself be so invested in so many wars again like I was warring the first 19 years of my life until God set me down in prison and says, I have to contain you, girl. You out of control. There's something wrong with you. Let me speak to you. Isaiah 1:18 says, come now, let us reason together. As long as before prison, I didn't want to reason with nobody. I'll whoop your ass and say hello to you the next day. No, okay, the only other war, okay, I was waging war. This is what I wanted to tell y'all. When I was 12, 13, I used to run in the high-rise projects, and we used to, like, kick on the old people door, let them come to the door. We go hide, they look. The minute they go sit down in a rocking chair again, we go back knocking again. We was waging that kind of war on our elderly people. God forgive us. But I've been involved in waging war on people. I told you I was involved in the war on drugs for many years. But when he set me down in prison in 1980, he said, I'm going to teach you something about the wars that you've been waging against yourself. Because a lot of y'all out here involved in these wars and don't realize it's because of you. You. Own it. Own it. Y'all ain't think it was going to go this far. A lot of times you never do until you hit the first strike, and then you can't control yourself and you just keep striking and striking and striking and striking. And some of that striking feels good to y'all internally because that's who you are. You like to strike people. You like to hurt people. You like to see people struggle through the wars. I'm the bitch. If you want a down bitch on your team, I'm that bitch. I am every woman, and every woman I am. Because God formed me, made me, created me out of a rib from a man. I cannot hate men. I can speak out about gay men who instigate wars between black people because there's no division with me. Y'all are all one. Y'all just have different beliefs. Whether you're gay, straight, transgender, you're black, you're human, you're people. When you begin to separate and start to compartmentalize these things within your own self, you can see it for what it really is. You're people. Regardless of what you like and how you identify yourself, wars are being waged amongst people. It said civilians and non-combative people. It didn't say civilians who's gay, civilians who's straight, civilians who's white. It says civilians. People are the byproduct of these wars, dead or alive. Casualties or infirmities. Stand down, soldier. Stand down. I command thee to stand down. Has anybody ever did that to y'all? Has anybody? I offer my platform. I ain't too good with the whole callings. I put it out in the universe. People used to use their platform to let people talk it out. I'm going to open up my platform for that today. Do you guys want to call in? Put it in the chat. Let me know. Put it on my discussion board. Do you want to have some peace or resolution about it? Do you want to see some ways where you can handle this whole whatever war is being waged, the women empowerment against the homophobic committee over here? I meant the homo. What you know? That man said they're against the homophobic. You know what I'm talking about. Team A, Team B. Just y'all want to know, or y'all want to just keep going till death? You gotta stop believing the lies that's being perpetrated. From what I saw yesterday, how it went down from Team A now. Team B, I'm going to discuss you more in straight down the middle. Okay, but Team A right now, they was on those lives over there yesterday cutting up a fool. How Auntie call in, how Chicago lady call in. That was all planned, y'all. Y'all can't see the script being written. And then Chicago lady go over on her live and just act a damn fool. Y'all can't see. I told you I'm a cusser. You can't see the cursing coming out of her and all this other aggression. She is. This is what I wanted to tell y'all. When I was younger, I used to watch a movie called War Games. And that little boy used to sit in his room with his computer. He done tapped into the Pentagon somehow. He was manipulating all the controls, and if he can send bombs, and if you can wage an attack, and till it malfunctioned. And then all of a sudden, the computer started timing down itself. Like, we about to launch all these missiles. We about to set it off. And they scrambling through the Pentagon to try to figure out what's going on. And all it was one little boy sitting behind a computer trying to tap into the Pentagon and play a game from his computer. See how y'all playing games from y'all computer and y'all tapping into the Pentagon, and now all of a sudden it's malfunctioning. The mother load board is malfunctioning. Ah, damn. What was the name of the computer? Anybody know the name of that computer? Franklin, what was it? I know the name of the movie was called War Games. And a little, who was it? Was it Matthew Broderick, a young Matthew Broderick? Somebody played in that movie. One of the best movies ever. It reminds me of what's going on in these YouTube streets. These are war games, y'all. You know, you got parking wars. You got storage wars. You got YouTube wars going on. But it's only going to be one victor. I don't care how much y'all war fight out here. There's only going to be one victorious standing. And that's the side of righteousness. I don't care how much war you waging out here. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And I don't see it the way Team A sees it, because Team A is one-sided. Of course, they don't see Team B's side of it, because they hate Team B. Team B. Excuse me. It's the same thing. It's one-sided. They don't want to hear any views or opinions from Team A because they hate Team A. So the more you keep drawing in people on your teams to hate people, who is really sitting out there with a sound mind looking at all this? I am. I never wanted to choose a side. Look where it's ending up. I didn't want to be a part of hell anymore. This is hell. This is the battlefield of the mind. This is the devil's playground right here at its best. He's manipulating, seducing, raping, penetrating, infiltrating everything he can about your mind to get you to cause you to wage this war. For being offended, for inserting yourself. Somebody made a video. Somebody said something about you, and all of y'all have got to where you are by saying somebody's name out of your mouth. One way or the other, good, bad, or indifferent. Except y'all stop talking about people in a good way and turned it. And all of us love this dark kind of humor to an extent. But where do you draw the line? When does it stop becoming dark for you? It stopped becoming dark for me a long time ago. A long time ago. I think now knocking on somebody's door, especially the elderly, kicking it, banging on it, ringing the doorbell, running, watching them say, who is it? Open the door. That doesn't sit well with me right now. I would encourage my young people up underneath me not to do it in this day and age. But there was a day and age where we all wanted some kind of war. We all wanted to be a part of it. I'm going to let you go. You know me. I'm going to bring some kind of Bible verse to this. And the one that God showed me, you know, the Bible says there's wars and rumors of wars. That wasn't it for me. The reason why there's wars and rumors of wars, nations against nations, mothers against daughters. Y'all don't even know it says daughters-in-law against mothers-in-law. Daughters-in-law against daughters, right? See, the daughter, the woman, has a lot to do with the Bible. That's why the man went through here raging war on the women to the point where we had to start the women's suffrage movement in 1800 just to have a voice to vote. War was waged on a woman since the days of the Bible. So God says, I want you to come from it from a perspective of a woman, of a mother, of an educator, of a teacher, of a consoler, counselor, nurturer. What is going on in our communities that's raging? Because I hear a lot of range from 30 to 50, even some 70 and 80-year-olds are getting on camera and voicing their opinion about what's going on. But did anybody ever take the time to hear Titus 2, 3, and 5? It says, likewise, teach the older woman to be reverent in the way they live, not to be slanderers or addicted to much wine, but to teach what is good. 4. Then they can urge the younger women to love their husbands and children, to be self-controlled and pure, to be busy at home, and to be kind, and to be subject to their husbands, so that no one will malign the word of God, so that no one will misrepresent the word of God, so that no one will not ever line up with the word of God. Teach the older women to be reverent. Older women, I need you to stand up and be reverent. And I know there's some disobedient, rebellious young women. Like, what happened from our generation to I'm 51, so there's a generation on YouTube underneath me. What happened? What happened? Are we not teaching the younger? And the younger so headstrong and got platforms like YouTube, they become millionaires. They ain't gonna listen to a damn thing. They're gonna think they know everything, like Lovely T, who got most money on YouTube, but she burning sage to get rid of the demons, and that's not wise. That was not a cool look. It was kind of embarrassing because people out here thinking they know about demons and gods, and no, a pure heart. Teaching the old women to be reverent, the young women listening, everybody lining up with the word of God is what this says. What's wrong? The war has been declared on YouTube, y'all. I'm giving my advice. I'm putting my 2 cents in there. Because I don't have my dukes up battling, saying a video don't mean I'm not supportive. I support what's right, y'all. And I encourage y'all to do the same thing. Support what's right. We have the war, regardless of who started the war. How we going to end it before somebody end up dead or kids getting taken from them? And in my case, end up in jail, where I know that's not a place for any woman to be. Because I too am a woman, and every woman I am, I could probably relate to every woman on the face of this earth. Ask me why I've been through everything I've been through. Because God knew I wouldn't break under pressure. He knew I would be able to speak the words without feeling ashamed or discouraged, because somebody would take your personal testimony and make a video of it. Go right ahead. Just put my title in it. Give me the credit and do what you gotta do. I don't care. I'm not ashamed. That's my testimony. I see, y'all. Is it hard for you to believe that God will have not a prophet titty like Chicago, not a pimping pastor, a real decent eye and ears and hands and feet in the world, trying to be his voice, trying to move in his ways? What's so hard to believe about that? What's so hard? But you believe everything else on every other platform to be life, when God is the one who breathed the breath of life in you. Not my teachings, not nobody's comedy, not the way nobody do hair, not the way they makeup look, not the way they body is shaped, not the way they wear their clothes, not the cars they drive, not the houses they live in. Are you kidding me? I didn't get on YouTube to start any drama. Did I insert myself in a Larry Nelson? Wasn't enough evil there for me. Just grown women acting a damn fool, being sexually perverted and putting their business out there. This is evil. Did I speak on Tasha K? I meant Maddie and Kaya, yeah, because Maddie had them damn bones in her house from occult gems, no disrespect, and I told her to get them bones out the chateau. You can't let everybody bones dwell in your temple. Some bones ain't good to be consulting for the answers in your life. Lovely T and Tasha K, yeah, because she over there burning sage. But y'all don't listen to me. It's not an attack. I'm not waging war on y'all. I'm actually helping set the captive free. But you're so blinded. So blinded. God says he wished that every man be saved. But he know y'all not gonna be. You'll never throw a punch for me, but look how hard I'm out here fighting for all of y'all. Because I don't give a damn if you block me, like me, chill with me, accept me on YouTube or not. I'm putting my content out here because one day it will help set the captive free. They will go back and say, oh my God, we overlooked all this. Because the stone that the builder refused will always be the head kind of stone. Bob Marley was writing songs from the Bible and y'all ain't even know. It says the chief cornerstone was rejected by mankind. Y'all always rejecting something that can stabilize you and hold you together. I'm done, guys. This is what it sounds like. Indies, you can make it a perfect live for me. I don't ask so much. 2 more people, give me a thumbs up. Good, bad, or indifferent. Because you probably had some wars waged on you and you don't know why. Maybe you inserted yourself, or maybe some people just like to see you suffer. But you're involved in a war. What you gonna do about it? On July 19th, 1988, it goes like this. In 1988, my life wasn't so great. I got myself in trouble and I went through prison's gates. I knew that I did not want to be there all alone. I went to my Father for grace, boldly to his throne. He comforts me with the spirit of truth. I served my worldly time, yo. So I told God, now I'm serving you. It's 4 verses. I'm going to get the music. I'm going to make it to the studio. I'm going to get my lyrics on ASCAP and BMI. And y'all going to hear, just like Bob Marley, all my songs come from the Bible. All my songs are spiritually about sufferation, empowering people not to be slaves, empowering people to have their own mind, to follow their own heart, so that they can have a heart like King David after God. Do you understand what I'm saying, people? It's a method to God's madness over here on this channel. I will not choose a side unless it's the fruit of the Spirit. Unless I see the love, unless I see the peace, unless I see the joy, unless I see the gentleness, unless I see the meekness, unless I see the long suffering, I will not side with you. Team, whoever you are. Because any team not doing those 9 things of the fruit of the Spirit is team works of the flesh, and they represent the devil in the eyes of God. Can you see why I stand my ground? I will not get on YouTube and start serving the devil. When I fought one of the biggest wars in my life to be free of his condemnation, you can't take that from me. Guys, there's a war being waged in these YouTube streets. There's a war being waged in these YouTube streets. Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you hear what I'm saying? All my life I had to fight, but ain't none of it turn out like what I see on these damn YouTube streets. With that being said, y'all, I'm going to come back today. I'm going to share some things with y'all. I'm going to talk about it. Like I said, straight down the middle. There's never 2 sides of a story if you on one of them. If you're on one side, there's never 2 sides to any story. There's got to be a witness in all of this. There's several of y'all out there, but y'all scared to tell the truth. You scared of the repercussions for standing on your own 2 feet. You scared people gonna turn against you. Well, I've already been turned on by this YouTuber who blackballed me. Call it whatever you want to call it. I could sit here, ooh, y'all, she did this to me. Help me. Y'all see what she did? I could be, no, I am to a woman, and every woman I am. Because I was made of his rib that came out of a man. You don't know this old spiritual slave, beloved Harriet Tubman, old Rosa Parks spirit just dwells over it. Old Eve spirit dwells over here in me. And I just get taken back beyond slavery sometimes. Because I too am a woman. And every woman I am. And if there's any women out there that can relate to my story about the war that's being declared, so here we go. Give me a thumbs up, like, share. Go tell it on the mountain. Do whatever you gotta do, y'all. I'm not a mourner and a crier, but I have a mourning spirit for people. Not that I'm an empath and give a damn if you change your life or not. I just mourn for God's people because it's sad to see people perish. But God says it's because of lack of knowledge. And my Asian brethren and sisters say, and it lines up with the biblical word, people perish for lack of knowledge, that ignorance is the greatest suffering of mankind. This is ignorant to me, these wars I see on YouTube. Whatever point you trying to prove to any other YouTuber, believe you me, God is going to prove it back to you. And if he has to use me in doing so, I'm only showing both sides of the spectrum here. You call one side evil, one side call you evil, straight down the middle, no chaser. You can't be unclear as to what evil really is and who keep these wars going. So, just take it for what it is, y'all. Give me my respect on this channel. I've done nothing but respect you. Nothing. Nothing but respect you. You see where I'm going with that? So, to the 12 people watching it and listening, wars have been waged on me all my life, and I'm still standing here. I ain't out trying to kill nobody. I don't care where you live, how you live, what you got in your house, what you do. We's on social media, on YouTube. That's all that matters to me is what I see. Because what I see is almost 99.99999% of real life and what people see in you every day. I don't need to see that. I don't care about that. All I care about is the wars being waged and how you going to overcome it. How can you stop it? What have you done about it? And a lot of people say, well, if you ain't part of the solution, you the problem. No, the hell I ain't. God says you ask not because you have not. People sitting over here with all kinds of information to empower people and uplift people. The Bible tells me to exhort, edify, comfort. I've been empowering people all my life. When Yahweh sent me down in that prison in July 1988, the war was waged on me, and I stayed out to January 19th, 1989. And I was out for 6 months. And then I had to go back to court. It was my time to go in and serve my time. There's people out there could relate to some real shit. Somebody getting out here talking about somebody being molested or raped. Is that a war you really want to be a part of? I'm a freaking author. I do not want this attached to me. That's why I got on these YouTube streets and carried myself the way I carried myself. Because off of YouTube, I do have a life where I am trying to aspire to be. Some of y'all don't have a life past clicking on your camera. This is your life. This is it. And by any means necessary, beefing for dollars, dragging, roasting, toasting, that's how you get in yours. I didn't get on here to be the target of anybody's joke or to target anybody to joke them. I got on here to talk and to educate, enlighten. Can we joke a little bit on my channel? Y'all can say, ooh, you look ugly with that lipstick on today. Ooh, that wig don't fit you. We'll laugh it off and keep it moving. I don't care about that kind of conversation, that kind of little roasting and joke. Girl, don't do that again, kind of thing. Because it's always based off the malicious intent of a person's heart that determines where it comes from, if it's a place of love or not. These wars is not a place to love. They're not. Trying to tell y'all, yo. God didn't send me anywhere I go to play with people. I came to do the will of my Father. Let me do what I do. If you can find someone who does it better, so be it. There's always going to be somebody better than you in the world. Always going to be somebody look better than you, sound better than you, talk better than you. But where's the better you? I'm in my better me. I stopped waging wars on people when I was 19 years old, and I stopped letting people wage wars on me. Now we have a YouTube, the Real Housewives of YouTube will tell you people pulled her into this and people dragged her in. No, you're drawn away by your own lust. You lusting after this stuff right here. You want to be a part of it. Stop it. I could have easily got offended and did a Lady Nika on y'all and shut my channel down. Not that she shut her channel. Just retreat. When that lady started following me from chat to chat, commenting under me, telling people I was drama. I could have said, oh, hell no. Bitch, the devil don't follow me this much in life. He don't persecute me this damn much. But I stood my ground. And now God is going to give me an opportunity to talk about it. Because I want to empower women to tell the truth. I searched high and low on that lady video. And I'm going to call the lady name. And if I know the lady is sincere because she since liked my comments and gave me a heart or whatever. But there's people that can vouch that this lady was going behind me on YouTube trying to kill my dream. Seeking whom she can devour. Now she want to be out here empowering women. Empower me. Send your supporters over here. Tell them what you did. Yo, they waging a war on YouTube. Anybody need my help? Let me know. I've been in a war all my life. All my life I had to fight. A spiritual warfare, though. I'm done, y'all. I'm trying to find y'all some music or something. Matter of fact, let me just see what this is. I'm ready for this kind of war, y'all. Let me tell you something before I go. They said, Jesus, your mama outside. Your mama wants you, Jesus. Jesus said, what? I ain't got no business to do with her. So if Jesus came to wage a war on evil and ignored his mama or didn't give his mama credit, and we supposed to walk in his ways, please don't take it personal that I decide to stand with Christ and not nobody else. Christ decided to stand with Yahweh and nobody else. When you decide to stand for whoever it is you decide to stand for, make the best of it. Because all I could do is plant the seed. I ain't doing nothing else. I wasn't there when you got offended. I wasn't there when you was insulted. I wasn't there when you threw the first blow. I wasn't there when you received the first blow. I wasn't there when you threw a blow back and keep going. I wasn't there. Just because you like somebody, support somebody, doesn't mean you was down from the beginning fighting these wars on YouTube. You're not going to switch the narrative over here. I like people for who I like. What people go through, they got to learn how to use self-control. They got to learn what battles to choose wisely. If not, battles turns into wars. And then when you fight in this battle and this battle and this battle and this battle, and then when you start to do like Team A and start to say CPS and all these people was called without documentation, say people stalking you without the proof, but you going hard to prove your case against somebody else, it's unbelievable to me. And that's a war I will never support. I support the truth, because anybody out here lying is the son or daughter of Satan, according to John 8:44. Don't play. Ain't you done playing? I didn't sign up for YouTube to be in any sector of romper room. I feel like we all on freaking detention. And you know how wayward children act when they just suspended after school in detention. Throwing damn spitballs and paper balls and kicking the trash can over with, hanging your heads out the window like, damn, I wish I could go outside for recess type of shit. I'm done with that. I didn't come on with that intentions. I'm not going to be on here with that intentions. I'm not going to let anybody make that in my intentions. And I'm not going to retire from YouTube with that intentions. And you shouldn't either. What's the legacy you leaving? God, wait. This would it sound like in these YouTube streets. Well, sounds like war, y'all. Go back to the beginning of this video. It's war. With all that being said, this is Religion Wink TV. My spiritual ear. I hope somebody get their wings today and fly above this bullshit and this nonsense. If not, the enemy is going to forever find a way to keep engaging you in this war because he knows you're drawn away by your lust. So he will prepare you a table for everything you lusting after. See, just like God will prepare you a table in the presence of your enemy, so won't the enemy. And you don't know which table is being prepared. And y'all sitting at the king's table eating the delicacies. But what Daniel and the three Hebrew boys did was resist. I'm not going to eat. I will go hungry, starve, and die before I eat from your table. But y'all so wanting to be wealthy, rich, and famous on YouTube, y'all eating from the king's table. And remember, what you eat don't make me shit. But I care enough about you people to say, hey, look at it this way. Because remember, humans will tell you to err is human. But God will tell you and show you the errors of your ways. And he just don't show you your bad side. He show you, okay, this is what you've been doing. This is how you've been waging wars in life. And this is what you could do to stop doing it. You people, stop doing it. They declaring war on these YouTube street shots. So here we go again. When you think it's over with, somebody else pop up. Firing darts. Taking shots. How do we get here? How do we get here? What you gonna do about it? Are you a part of the war problem? You got offended? Stuff didn't go your way? What's really going on? People talking about you, exposing. What is it? Christ told John when he was in prison, woe to the man to take offense and the offense come through. Somebody come along shining a little bit brighter light. Somebody may have more of a it factor. And y'all keep trying to draw this one in, this one in. One can roast a little better. We want her on our team. Don't nobody want no spiritual guidance. Don't nobody want no spiritual leader. Don't nobody want a friend or a YouTube colleague or buddy we could just rightly divide the word with and grow in truth. Don't nobody want that. I'm going to keep offering it, though. That's the true extending the olive branch. Even when you don't want it, I'm going to keep offering it. Am I crazy? No. And neither is God. Even if you don't want it, he keep offering it. You only want it when you ending up going to prison. You only want it when you can't get no food to feed your kids. You only want it when you can't get high. You only want it when you can't get money for this or money. You only want it when that man just beat your ass last night and you need help. Oh, God, help me. I want them all the time. Because wars are being waged in this world. And instead of waiting until I'm in the fire, I praise him beginning, during, through it, and after it. Y'all go ahead and have a great day. I was trying to find some war music, but it seemed like Dan Wiley keep popping up. I was listening to him before he went live, and I can't find the window to close them out. And every time I try to play some war music or something, his voice come on. So I think I did a great job. I think this title matches up with the content. I think this is my content. Anybody that see a war go on and it involves children and people losing their lives and people just out here talking about till death. The only thing God said till death do us part is marriage. Is you married to this cause right here that you want to kill somebody? Till death do you part? Till you destroy them? Sounds like the devil to me. So when you look at Team A and you look at Team B, you remember you stand straight down the middle, no chaser, and you see the fuck shit, bullshit, whatever shit for what it is. Stop it. Silver and gold, I have none. But what I have, I believe, can help you more so than what you've been feeding off of in these YouTube streets. Now, go ahead. My family's up. Got to spend time with them. It is what it is. We all have life. We all have things we have to address. But are you waging war? And if there's a war being waged against you, how are you handling it? Please respond, people. The same way a roaster gets credit and respect, someone who can give you ideas on how not to roast and drag and gag and be so disrespectful and rude in life should get the same kind of respect. Don't you agree? Guys, be blessed. Shalom. Thank you. I appreciate you 7-10 listening. I appreciate the thumbs up. I appreciate you guys. I don't see who you are, but come on. Y'all been coming over here. If I wasn't inserting myself in the big dramas of YouTube, you guys would never know I'm here. And I'm not inserting myself to offend anybody, be offended. But sometimes you got to speak up. I read that Bible verse. Teach the old women how to be reverent. Like Lovely T said, she called us old sandpaper puss. Also, if the cat fit, wear it. If it don't fit, don't force it. But I understand what she's saying. We, us elderly women, because ain't none of us in our 40s, 50 look any more older than you in your 30s. Stop it. This war got some of y'all out here looking older than Eve, the mother of all living. Come on, lighten up. I have a sense of humor. Y'all haven't even saw me sit here and do a skit. Maybe I'll come back and do one of the House of Old Lord skits. Lighten up the load a little bit before I go straight down the middle, no chaser. Because if I do a skit with the House of Old Lord, it'll bring a little humor to my channel, a little fun, lighten it up. And you'll see the people that's on trial here in the eyes of God. See, we all on trial. God judges the heart of man and tries the reign of man. So we all being tried by God. So let's have a little fun with it. He ain't gonna crucify us and send us to hell because we getting his word out here with a little humor or with a little strife or with a little envy or with a little love, the Bible says. And people say, well, how can you deliver the word of God with humor? Because every time I bump my funny bone on the door, the dresser, the chair, or the arm, I say, ouch, God laugh. I say, why you laugh? He said, that's your humorous bone and it's funny. Laugh. Laugh. That shit's funny what I just said. That's the humor I have with God. How can you, God, you got a sense of humor. You're going to name the long arm in your body, the humorous. Every time you hit your funny bone, we don't say laugh, we say ouch. But you sitting up there laughing at us every time we say ouch when we hit our funny bone. That's funny to me. God has a sense of humor. He does, y'all. He has a sense of humor. And I thought that was quite funny. It wasn't a roasting joke gag, but I have a sense of humor. I hit my funny bone. I say, God, ain't nothing funny about that. And you done named it the humorous. That's where humor come from. Every time you hit your funny bone, you post a laugh. Instead, you say, ouch. Now, that's funny to me. Y'all have a great day. Bye.